Meanwhile, moments ago, President Trump calling out the latest candidate to consider a 2020 run. Former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz saying he's seriously considering running for president as an independent. This as California Senator Kamala Harris lays out her liberal agenda.
Health care is a fundamental right. And we will deliver that right with Medicare for all. I am running to declare education is a fundamental right. We will guarantee that right with universal pre-K and debt-free college.
Dan Springer is following all of this from our Seattle bureau. Dan, let's start first with Schultz. What is his pitch?
Yeah, hey, Sandra, the race for the White House in 2020 got a whole lot more interesting over the weekend. Democrats have been very supportive of a prominent Republican leaving the party and running as an independent, but when it's someone of their own party, not so much. And during an interview that aired last night on 60 Minutes, former Starbucks CEO and lifelong Democrat Howard Schultz sounded very much like a man who was running for president as an independent. He went after both parties, especially President Trump and his positions on immigration, trade fights he's picked, and even the Trump tax cuts, which he said were too big and unnecessary for businesses. But he also split from the Democratic Party on its push for universal health care, saying it's as false as Trump's border wall and something the country can't afford. But mainly he went after the two-party system and the state of politics today.
What we know factually is that over 40% of the electorate is either a registered independent or currently affiliates himself as an independent because the American people are exhausted, their trust has been broken, and they are looking for a better choice.
The Seattle multi-billionaire says he will take a 3-month book tour and decide after that whether to run or not, but he did say if he runs, money will be no object and he will make the ballot in every county in America. Sandra?
Meanwhile, Dan, the Democratic field growing even bigger over the weekend. You were in Oakland. What did Senator Harris have to say?
Well, California Senator Kamala Harris announced a week ago, actually, that she is running for the Democratic nomination and held a big campaign kickoff rally yesterday in her hometown of Oakland. There was a big crowd of around 20,000 people to hear her speak. She never mentioned the president by name, but he was clearly the target as she called his border wall a medieval vanity project. She railed against racism in the criminal justice system, which she worked in for 30 years as a prosecutor and attorney general, and she outlined why she's running.
We are at an inflection point in the history of our world. We are at an inflection point in the history of our nation. We are here because the American dream and our American democracy are under attack and on the line like never before.
Harris joined a field of 8 Democrats running for the White House and is expected to more than double in the coming weeks and months. Sandra?
Dan Springer in Seattle, thank you.